Hello, BCMS Bears. It's Miss DeNovo here. I'm going to show you a few things that you can do with MyMCPS Classroom and how to find some things too. A lot of teachers are posting your weekly online learning activities on MyMCPS Classroom, and it's overwhelming. We're trying to learn a whole bunch of new things. We're trying to get used to new schedules. Um, and I found that some of my students were asking me some really good questions that I thought maybe other people might have the same questions. Once you're into one of your classes, you're going to have your homepage here. Some teachers are using a big welcome page, or they're putting their announcements page up as their home screen. That might be confusing to you because you're just trying to find your work. Where is the stuff that I'm supposed to do this week, Mr. Novo? Well, if it doesn't pop up, look for the modules. And then this is, obviously, it's a math module. But what I did, sorry for all that fast scrolling, was I looked for some other content areas too to see how English or how science was working. We're all following sort of the same template. So no matter if it's science, English, math, if another content is using this platform, it's all following a similar pattern. You're going to have objective pages. A lot of them have warm-ups or pre-assessments. And then you've got some resources. There's usually a weekly wrap-up, which is a summary. And a lot of the times there's going to be a quiz on there. Some of these are just teacher pages, so you're actually seeing even more than you normally would with this page. But if it's looking overwhelming to you and like you can't get through it all, don't forget the live teacher check-ins that happen twice a week. I know with my classes, a lot of students will wait until their first check-in because I will go through the modules with them. If I go back here to home, I'm going to show you a student view. So here's the work that I need to do. I'm going to read my activator, my lesson and guided practice. Be aware that a lot of the lessons inside MyMCPS Classroom will also link to some Google documents. This is a Google Doc that's a capture sheet for the actual video lessons that you'll see in math. I saw for science, there were some planning boards that went to Google. I saw in English classes, there was a choice board for how you were going to communicate your learning for that week. So although we're not using a lot of the Google Classroom for some of these, you are still using some of those tools, which I know are very familiar to people. We've got some quizzes inside these modules. Pay attention to where we have additional practice or optional. So it's not like you have to go through every single thing that is inside the module. It just looks like a lot because it's separate pieces for each one. Most of you will have some type of quiz that you need to take. Now I've shown this quiz to several people. So it's telling me I can take the quiz again because I took this quiz and left all the questions blank. You can see that. Everything was blank. I got a 0 out of 6, but you know what? I went back and watched some of the videos. I checked in with my teacher. I sent him an email. I said, I need help with something. Got some help during the week. I'm going to go back and take the quiz again. So find out how often you're allowed to reassess. You should be able to reassess several times before you actually are getting the score. Most are set to keeping the highest of all your scores here. So if you get stuck and get confused, don't forget that you can go to those weekly check-ins with your teacher twice a week at least. Um, let's say I'm working late at night. I know you're a middle school student and you're staying up all hours. Maybe you need to just send your teacher an email. Here's the inbox right here. I have to leave my student view to show you this. The inbox is where you can send emails straight from that MyMCPS classroom. You can see over here that I'm getting assignments from Miss Johnson. I'm writing to students. I'm writing to parents. When you're ready to compose a message, you hit that pencil icon, compose a new message. You can look for people. You can select your courses. I have a question about science, so I'm going to look for Miss Bermel. There she is. There's Miss Bermel. So I need help with this week's assignment. And then I could just type her a message. What do I need help with? And then hit the send button. What if you don't know when your weekly check-ins are? What's happening or how are we meeting? I have this calendar feature over here that I can click on. And here are my different due dates, my different class meetings. Now, some teachers are using the live check-in for Zoom. This is what my calendar looks like. If your teachers are doing the same thing, you're going to see all these links here. This is literally a link to join a Zoom meeting. You don't need extra codes or passwords or anything. You do have to go into the Zoom calls with your Google account, though. You can't use your personal accounts. So make sure you've gone and gotten that. That is mcpsmd.zoom.us. If you have not gone here to this website yet to get your first Zoom class going, make sure you do that. So this is mine. You can see all the recurring meetings. So I think I've shown you the modules. I've shown you the inbox, how you send emails. I've shown you the calendar, and that is super helpful. You can go up here and change your view as well. If I wanted an agenda view, like I want to know tomorrow, what do I have to do? I am meeting with these two classes tomorrow. Here's my times. And again, this will take me right to my Zoom meeting. And I just click on that to go to my Zoom meeting. You can look at it for the month. You can look at it in a weekly view. It's up to you what you prefer, but that's where you'll see all of your assignments and appointments. There's one more thing I want to show you. If you click on this resources tab here, this is for if you need help. If you can't figure out how to do something, you can type in a question. You can get your grades and attendance, Noodle Tools, Homework Hotline Live. There's so many different resources in here. I have used this many times myself. So please, if you're feeling overwhelmed or a little bit anxious or stressed about this, please reach out to your teachers. I know you're still trying to get used to the platforms, which is understandable and totally normal. But ask questions. Don't just sit and think you're the only one being stressed out and overwhelmed by all this. I'm hoping this helped everybody. Again, ask questions, reach out if you are unsure about what you're supposed to be doing, and we look forward to continuing on this new adventure.